Hello and welcome to Astroyoga here on this fine April afternoon, April evening. And we've still got these important heavenly bodies in the sign of Aries. We've got Sun and Mercury, the little companion there. So paying attention to the eyes, to the face. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe to support this channel. After you've warmed up your hands and given the eyes that warmth, let the fingers trace along the tops of the eyebrows a few times. You might touch that point between the eyebrows, eyebrow center, with one finger or both, right and left hand, so that you can lift that point up just a little bit and scoop that energy and skin and flesh from over the eyebrows to the temples. Giving that a little moment. And then finishing off with a little pinch of the chin, bringing index fingers and thumbs to the chin and sweeping out to the edge of the jaw there, to the angle where the jaw turns the corner. So we've got these two little sweeps for the face today, from the between the eyebrows, over the eyebrows, up and over to the temples, and then pinching the chin and giving that a little sweep out to the edge. And if that feels good, you might keep your fingers there for a little self massage if that feels helpful. And you might just like that little smoothing out and letting go. As we come right into the neck, we're going to work on neck and shoulders and arms to begin with. We're going to start with that slow motion yes. And you can do this lying down. If you are reclining on your back, you just move that as little or as much as your head allows you to move. It's about the awareness. You might be sitting up and you might choose to sit up, so you've got a greater range of movement, so you can practice the slow motion yes. As you notice the sensations along the way, letting your head move and the muscles respond. The jaw is lightly open, the tongue is soft in the mouth as you move in the slow motion yes, and you arrive at the center, you arrive in the middle. For the next movement, that's ear towards the shoulder, to the right and to the left. Start with a few sweeps, a little up and over. You're drawing a little horseshoe or rainbow with your nose, and you might be on the floor. If you're on the floor, you're letting the head slide, ear towards the shoulder, ear towards the shoulder. You might have that floor behind you, but you're coming into the side movements and then hang out. Come to the side and stay for a breath and see where else the movement, the position might take you down. In that side bend, the eyes can roam around, looking up, looking down, looking out, looking in. Side movements on one side, and then you're going to lift and up and over the head to the other side, and the same thing. You hang out for a breath and you allow for these small explorations, feeling through the sensations. What's the body telling you? How's that communication informing your movement? To the right, to the left, to the left, to the right. And as you come into the center from that movement, letting the head turn in a pivot side to side, like you're saying no, very slowly. In that same way, the first two or three are just there to feel through the available range of motion, how far, which way. And then you might get in there and stay for a moment. You might turn your head a little bit and look up, look down, look left, look right. Wiggle this way, wiggle that way, just little tiny movements as you bring fresh awareness, fresh energy, and fresh resources to these parts of your neck that have surely been working oh so hard, oh so hard. So letting that come to the pleasure of your neck, and then the head comes into the center and you draw a circle. Let the nose be like a paintbrush or a pencil, and you go all the way around. And drawing the head around and around in one direction, and then reversing and coming the other direction, going the opposite way. Around and around. Around around and back to the middle and back to the center. See how that feels? The last piece for the neck is with the nose again, imagining it's a pencil, a paintbrush, and you're drawing something a little more nuanced than a circle. You're going in a loop like an infinity symbol or a figure 8. Letting your neck rise and lift and then cross there in the middle. And that's going to change direction. It's going to have a one direction and then a going back, reversing. As you fine tune all these nuanced nooks and crannies to achieve, to get into, to feel into. Working the neck and arriving back to the center for your breath. And to see how that feels. Notice what you need. If your eyes are tired again, you might warm up the hands and give them that soothing darkness, that soothing warmth. You might have enjoyed that ear massage. That might be what's helping you. So it's always good to come back to these. And let's hang out next with the shoulders, starting with just some shrugs, just some lifting and lowering. When you're ready, those shoulders come up and down. And then they roll a little bit. You can roll them one direction and the other direction, letting those shoulders come forward and back. In one way and in the opposite way. And once they've rolled a little bit, bring your fingertips to your shoulders. Oh yes, I love that. And the elbows come towards and apart each other. Coming towards and away. A few times in that forward and back. And if you're sitting, you might engage your whole spine. You might let that be a movement of the low back and the mid back as you let your elbows come towards and apart and towards. And into round movements from there, drawing circles with the elbows, making them as large as is available. Over and around. You've got two directions here, in this forward direction and in the backward direction. See which one you went for first, and if you can change that direction. Letting these shoulders move around, and then the same invitation to do something a little more complex, like a number 8 picture, a picture of an infinity or a figure 8. So that things are coming in and scooping out in one direction and in the opposite direction. And these are the shoulders. Hopefully you feel those warming up and you can stay with that awareness as you lengthen out the arms and bring the hands back to the shoulders. So we've got lots of directions. Wherever you are, you can hopefully have the space in front of you to reach. Be careful with the other directions. When you're ready, you're going to reach out to the sides. If that space where you are allows you, go slowly. Be careful for books or furniture or people. Reaching out, coming in. And then up overhead, lifting up and reaching the arms and back to the shoulders. Rising and lowering. And that's shoulders and elbows. And next time, stop your arms at right angles. So you've got sort of a cactus position. And we know that the hands come close to the shoulders and we know that they go far apart. And now the game is to draw a circle as big as your hands could let you, keeping the shoulders steady, letting the elbows be that rotation point. And you've got two directions again, in a clockwise and reverse, counterclockwise. And as the elbows warm up and need a rest, you might let the arms rest. You might like to keep going with those nuanced infinity symbols. That might be the next thing you offer your elbows. And I've been showing with the hands facing forward because that just seems available to me, but those might be facing a different direction, right? They might be facing down, they might be facing up. Let's spend another few minutes just really focusing on the elbows and what they might need. And if you have any right, left asymmetry, anything that one side is asking you to pay attention to, you might slow that down and focus on just one side for a few breaths, for a few moments. Allowing this to even out, to balance out. And we're at the wrists. We've arrived at the wrists for flexion and flexion here and extension this way, opening and closing the wrists. And the arms are anywhere comfortable, right? Anywhere where they feel good to hold. Soft fists for the rotations. 3 or 4 times in a clockwise way, switching that and going 3 or 4 times in the counterclockwise way. And then making that more involved, more nuanced with infinity symbols, with figure 8s for the wrists and the hands. As you warm up all those little attachments and connections. And then right into the fingers, opening the hands as big as they get, closing the thumb and wrapping the fingers around them into fists, giving them a little pump, a little squeeze, and one at a time, letting the fingers pop open. And the thumb, finding those spaces between the fingers. Thumb comes in first and wrapping the fingers around the thumb one by one to give that a pump, helping the lymphatics move out of the hands. You might even have them over your head for a little extra support from gravity. I'm going to keep them where you can see them as you pop those open. And then just the knuckles, closing the fingers without closing the palms, like you're scratching all the way down and popping that up again, giving that a few times. As these hands warm up and those spaces between the fingers are your best friends. And now dance party for your hands, whatever your hands might need, your arms, your wrists, your elbows, your shoulders. We've got the support of the moon here in Gemini for this section of our body with the arms and the shoulders. So giving them your last few warm-ups. Thanks for joining this session. Notice how you feel in your whole body now. And take a moment to be aware of all the benefits. Remember, you are always welcome to come back. If you haven't yet, please subscribe to the channel. Maybe hit the notification button to get the latest videos and like all the videos that you watch. If you enjoy these practices, consider making a donation. There's a PayPal link in the description and other methods on my website at olgachwa.com/sponsor. While you're on my website, please add your email to my list to get the updates of my new YouTube uploads and live Zoom classes and special workshops. All the things that don't even make it to the channel. It'd be great to see you. All gratitude. I'm Olga Chwa.